Missing Bitcoin millionaire and ONFO coin creator found dead. Report: the body of Dr. John Forsyth has been found following a week-long search, but police reportedly said foul play did not appear to be a factor. News: join us on social networks. The co-founder of referral-based crypto project ONFO Coin has been found dead from an apparent gunshot wound about a week after he went missing, although police don't currently suspect foul play. Dr. John Forsyth, a crypto advocate and emergency room doctor, was reported missing by relatives after not showing up to his shift at the Mercy Hospital in Cassville, Missouri, on May 21. His family launched an appeal on his whereabouts on social media soon after. Speaking to the Daily Beast at the time, his younger brother, Richard Forsyth, said that John Forsyth wouldn't miss a shift, so it was an immediate red flag. Authorities found Forsyth's sedan parked less than a mile away from the hospital on May 28. Forsyth's wallet, passport, laptop, and work briefcase were found inside the unlocked vehicle. His brother added, his cell phones were inside, which is also very uncharacteristic because he always has his cell phone. It doesn't seem like a person who left with a plan, Richard Forsyth told the Associated Press on May 30. However, John Forsyth's body was found on May 30, about an hour south of where he was last seen, suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. Local police said foul play does not appear to be a factor. Related, crypto billionaires' back-to-back deaths spark wild. Follow the URL for the full article. For more on this story, visit the news article link.
So how plausible is it that 3 top crypto execs, who are pretty young, mind you, can die just weeks apart and within the span of 30 days? This certainly sounds like as much a coincidence as the FTX hack that happened after the exchange declared bankruptcy. So first, let's have a look at the actual news. Moving over to the tweet over here, we see that the 3 founders who have died in the past 30 days include prominent DeFi figures. Mushegian, for example, who is the founder of MakerDAO, better known for the DAI stablecoin. Basically, he drowned after tweeting that the CIA were after him and he was being tortured. Now, it was mentioned that his family said he was mentally ill, but we'll leave it up to you to figure out whether or not you think this is the case. The second crypto founder was Kullander, and he died, quote-unquote, in his sleep at the age of 30. Now, how likely is that? Finally, we have Tehran at 53, who died in a helicopter crash. So, all of these happened in the span of 1 month during a time where the market was in turmoil and we were just experiencing the aftermath of the FTX incident. So, what is the controversy between the death of each founder? First of all, let's look at the most recent one, Tehran. Tehran was the founder of Forex Club, and he was apparently the only passenger on the helicopter that crashed near Monaco. According to articles, we are told that he apparently had enemies within Russia because he had supposedly duped citizens into currency speculation, likely causing them to lose a lot of money. And that is why people have speculated that this crash was actually orchestrated by his potential dissatisfied clients as well as enemies within Russia who could have gotten to him from abroad. We have also seen his family come out say, however, that this is false information and baseless speculation, denying that he had actually been involved in any illegal activity. So we'll leave it up to you to decide what on earth is going on here, especially as the circumstances surrounding the accidents are currently being investigated. So this happened on the 25th of November this year. But just 2 days before that, the founder of Amber Group, Tian Kullander from Hong Kong, was found to have died, quote-unquote, in his sleep, with no mention of how it actually happened. Now, he died at the age of 30, which is pretty young to be honest, and this does seem like quite a low probability event that has also sparked quite a bit of speculation. According to this article from the South China Morning Post, we do also see that this happened at a time where his company, Amber Group, was on the cusp of landing a big investment. So is someone out there, some sort of authority out there in it to try to kill any sort of development within this crypto space? And particularly surrounding the case of a 30-year-old mysteriously dying in his sleep, whether or not he actually had any disease or what the cause of death actually was. And we can be sure that if this was some sort of clandestine operation and there's some conspiracy behind this, the cause of death will be kept very, very secret indeed. And finally, we have the DeFi founder Mushegian, who most eerily actually tweeted about his potential demise before the events actually happened. So as we see, he tweeted on his account about the idea that the CIA and Mossad were after him, and that he himself was predicting that he will be involved in a potential quote-unquote suicide, or rather orchestrated suicide, by the CIA as one of his futures. And just 2 days after this tweet, on the 1st of November, he was found dead, drowned in the ocean at the age of 29. This is probably the most interesting case, not only because of his tweets, which you still can see on Twitter, by the way. We also know that he was behind the building of MakerDAO and DAI, one of the first decentralized stablecoins, and was actually working on something else, Rico. There was yet another stablecoin he was working on, and he was also worried about this group he believed was trying to interfere with his work. Now this of course raised questions about the people who were supposedly after Mushegian, and could be the same people who were trying to prevent decentralized alternatives to, say, CBDCs from getting developed, especially as CBDCs at the end of the day have been cited as a means of financial control. This does seem very, very curious indeed, especially how the same founder actually left MakerDAO about 4 years ago, apparently dissatisfied with the idea that the project was straying from its original ideals of opposition to government and traditional capital, with DAI nowadays being backed largely by centralized stablecoins like USDC. So all three of these unfortunate incidents happened within a month, and all of them are low probability events. So the question for us to consider now is this pure coincidence that three low probability events can happen in a row to a single space, with crypto being in common with all three of them, or is some secret actor behind all of this? It'll be interesting to get your thoughts on these series of events, so do leave your comments down below about what you think is actually going on, whether there is a concerted effort to stop the development of crypto, for instance,